This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
Welcome back, Jackrabbit fans, into Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. It's the last home game of the regular season here in South Dakota State. And the Jackrabbits going to be taking on Illinois State. The Redbirds come to Brookings. Both these teams are currently 7-3, and the Jackrabbits trail in a conference rankings behind the Redbirds. Both these teams currently on the cusp of playoffs, right on the edge. They're both in with wild card tickets. The Jackrabbits need to win these next two games to secure their spot as a wild card bid, and the seeding will be drastically affected by this game, as both these teams currently in, Illinois State and South Dakota State, currently at 7-3. The Bison projected to get the automatic bid for the Missouri Valley Football Conference. They're still 12-0. They will play the University of Northern Iowa later today. That game going to be kicking off in 30 minutes at 2:30. So North Dakota State's taking on Northern Iowa today. This game about to go down as South Dakota State takes on Illinois State here in Brookings. Going on earlier today, Youngstown State and Indiana State currently playing. It's in the fourth quarter. Youngstown State leads that one 45-29, and USD taking on Southern Illinois. And the third quarter, 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. That one, Southern Illinois leads the Yotes 31-21. The Jackrabbits won the coin toss. They chose to defer, and we will get a kickoff here to start this one. And the Redbirds to start on offense after receiving the kick. Lined up to kick this one off is Ryan Harrington, number 81, the kicker for South Dakota State. Kick is away from left to right. It will be returned, as this one's going to be short of the end zone. Picked up around the 5-yard line. Here comes a strong return as he gets to break away. Special teams unit scrambling after him. And finally, the return man brought down around the 38-yard line in Illinois State territory. The return that time going to be made by Marquand Gary, a freshman out of Bloomington, Illinois, to start this one off. And the Redbirds on offense on the 38-yard line in their own end. Again, a big game for South Dakota State. Have lost 3 straight now, and looking to change that here today with a win. First play is going to be a run play for Illinois State. And the Redbirds tumble forward for a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6. They'll say they gained 3, so it'll be second and 7 that run from Winker's right. Here's going to be a pass play. Redbirds bring it out on a out route towards the near sideline. Caught by Daniel Sopowitz. And that one's going to be a first down for the Redbirds. So they bring the ball into Jackrabbit territory now with that nice gain. They're at the 36-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. Quarterback Tommy Rittenhouse steps back inside the pocket. He's hit after a throw. That throw goes incomplete, and he was brought down hard. Rittenhouse hit inside the pocket after letting that one go. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. After the good kick return for Illinois State and a good pass play, the Redbirds are set up at the 36-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. Light crowd here in Dana J. Dykhouse for this game, last home game of the season. Handoff, Rittenhouse going to go quarterback keeper, fake handoff off to the right side. He dives forward for a gain of about 3. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Redbirds. Third down as the fans get loud here in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. Tommy Rittenhouse in shotgun for the Redbirds. Trips receivers on the near side, one on the far side. Step backs inside the pocket. Rittenhouse looks right, and good coverage. He throws this one out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th down and 7 for the Redbirds. Passing completion, and this drive for the Redbirds going to come to a close with 13:31 on the clock in the first quarter. Oh, looks like the offense is going to stay out here for the Redbirds, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They are positioned at the Jackrabbit 33-yard line. Redbirds have trips receivers, double receivers near side, and a tight end and a receiver on the far side. Rittenhouse points to his right. In shotgun, takes the snap, looks back to pass, has extra blockers up front. He takes the pass, middle of the field, and it's caught, but the receiver gets laid out after the catch, and there comes the flag. This one going to be coming in on number 5, Cullen McShane made the late hit. So flag comes in right after the hit by Cullen McShane on the Jackrabbit defense. And he will pick up the flag there. Daniel Subkowitz made the catch again. And the penalty comes in on the Jackrabbits. And they're going to review this one for targeting. So they're going to take a look at this one for targeting. And we will see as they take a look at this one with 13:24 remaining in the first quarter. Not how the Jackrabbits wanted to start the day here. Already backed up quickly into their own end. And then 4th down conversion by the Redbirds with a flag coming in on Cullen McShane on the late hit. Center field. It's going to put the Redbirds at the 20-yard line after the catch, and this penalty could bring them well into the Jackrabbit red zone here, and McShane could pick up a targeting call. We'll see. He hit him high. It was already being brought down by another Jackrabbit defender, and McShane swoops in and takes a run up and just clocks him right in the head with his shoulder pad, and I think might pick up the targeting penalty here. We'll see. They're still taking a look at this one. Head referee today is Grant Henderson, and he's taking a look at this with the replay officials. And we will see. Like I've said, the Jackrabbits have lost 3 straight, dropped one to North Dakota State at home, and lost the next one to Indiana State. A 2-6 team got the best of the Jackrabbits in that one, and then able to The Jackrabbits were in a tough battle locked against the Yotes, and they lost that one as well. Now trying to break that 3-game losing streak here against Illinois State and with playoff implications. McShane's going to pick up the targeting. Penalty, and it'll be an automatic first down for the Redbirds, as they're now at the 10-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. Rittenhouse going to hand this one off. Actually, it's a bootleg fake handoff play action, and this one's going to be thrown away. It'll be second down. So Cullen McShane gets the targeting penalty. It's an 11-yard penalty. It puts the Redbirds into scoring position. Tommy Rittenhouse claps twice, takes it back inside the pocket. He's going to pass out to the right, and a good push off by the receiver in for the touchdown. And the Redbirds are going to strike first in this one. Subkowitz picks up the touchdown on the out route for the Redbirds. And the Jackrabbits are going to start down by 6, and here PAT pending. Kicker for Illinois State is Matt Maldonado. Maldonado kick is through for the PAT, and it'll be 7-0 Redbirds ahead here with 13 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They're going to take a timeout here, and we will be back after this media timeout with the Jackrabbits' first time on offense. We'll see who our quarterback is. Has been Luke Marble for the first 2-game loss streak, and Jack Henry got the start last week against USD. Able to put up a little bit of a fight, but still losing that one. Haven't been able to see Chase Mason out here yet, so we will see when the Jackrabbits head on to offense. We'll be back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
So Illinois State on a 3-game win streak, taking on the Jackrabbits on a 3-game lose streak here at home in Dana J. Dykhouse, as the Redbirds score first. 2 minutes into the first quarter, put 7 on the board. It's 7-0. Jackrabbits down, looking to make their first drive a success as we get set up for the kickoff. Maldonado is the kicker for the Redbirds. He will be lined up kicking from right to left. There's a little bit of wind from the right to left here in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium today, and the ball fell off the tee. They set it back up. Should be ready to go now. Returning for SDSU is Jack Smith and Graham Goring. This one going to be fielded by a return man, number 21, Miles Green. and I think that one was headed short and fair caught. He catches that one. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jacks. They'll set up at the 15. Not sure what happened on that kick return. Didn't hear the call. But back in the backfield, getting the start at quarterback today for your Jackrabbits, it'll be Jack Henry. Henry's going to hand it off to start this one, and the Jackrabbits go nowhere on the ground. Julius Longridge pushes forward. He's going to get 2 on that one. So it'll be 2nd and 8. Jackrabbits backed up on their own 17-yard line to start off this drive. Quad receivers near side with Jack Henry at quarterback. It's a screen play, and it gets blown up for a loss. Jack Smith caught the screen, and the blockers were nowhere to be found. He gets blown up for a loss of 3. It'll be 3rd and 11. $12:22 remains in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits struggling on their first drive. It'll be 3rd and long, backed up at their own 14-yard line. Jack Henry's a redshirt freshman at Del Rapids, South Dakota, getting the start at quarterback today for the Jacks. Backing up inside the pocket. This one picked off for 6. Patrick Bauer, the linebacker on the blitz on the edge. The Jackrabbits go for a bubble screen outside, and Bauer is right in front of Jack Henry, and he throws the pick 6 on 3rd down. So the Redbirds score again. And Maldonado to kick the extra point. That one is through. Jack's going to start this one off down by 2 touchdowns. And not how they wanted this one to go. Dan Jackson came in as the head coach this season. There are a lot of questions with all the transfers that came out of South Dakota State. And this team has struggled without their starting quarterback in Chase Mason, losing Mark Gronowski to the transfer portal in Iowa. The Jackrabbits struggling here today early, just 3 minutes into this one, facing off a team that is also 7-3 on the season in the conference with playoffs on the line, struggling down by 2 scores now, here with 3 minutes elapsed in the first quarter. We'll take another media timeout. We'll be back, and the Jackrabbits going to try again on offense. Stick around.
SDSU Theater and Dance continues its season of concealment with the chilling musical Thrill Me, the Leopold and Loeb story.
This dark and intimate musical is based on the infamous 1924 murder case following 2 wealthy young men whose twisted relationship leads them down a path of crime, manipulation, and betrayal.
With a haunting score and gripping storytelling, Thrill Me explores obsession, power, and the consequences of desire taken to dangerous extremes.
This production is recommended for adult audiences.
Performances will be in the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center November 20th through the 22nd at 7 p.m. and November 23rd at 2 p.m.
Tickets can be purchased online at sdsutheater.org, at the North Box Office at the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, or by calling 605-688-6045.
Don't miss this thrilling true crime musical experience. Get your tickets for Thrill Me today.
Maldondo's kick is up and short, and it's dropped. A fumble on the kick, and it's going to be recovered by Illinois State. special teams blunder after letting up the pick six. And Illinois State going to have the football at the 35 in Jackrabbit territory. Unbelievable. Complete failure by the special teams unit here. And they drop the football at the 30. And Illinois State back on offense after scoring 2. It's only 3 minutes into the first quarter. Illinois State up by 2 touchdowns. Now looking to enter the red zone again. They go for a double handoff here with a Philly special. Back to the quarterback, pass forward, diving for a nice 25-yard gain there on that trick play by Illinois State. Victor Dawson picks up the yardage. And now Illinois State in the red zone. They're at the 4-yard line, first down. Unbelievable start to this one, as Tommy Rittenhouse has a running back to his left. Going to take the snap, and he steps back into the pocket. It's going to be a pass. That one goes deep out the back of the end zone. It'll make it second down and 4 to the goal. That one was intended for number 84. That's Luke Melander for the Redbirds. Just an unbelievable start to this game as the Jackrabbits seem to have fallen apart at the seams here headed in to the postseason. Second down and 4 to go. Rittenhouse claps once, extra blockers up front. It's going to be a handoff as they push forward with Victor Dawson, and Dawson's going to pick up about 3 yards on that one. It'll make it third down and 2 to go. They're at the 2-yard line. It's third down. And the Jackrabbit defense was looking good at the first drive for the Redbirds. Got them down to fourth down, and Redbirds able to convert that one and score the touchdown. And now the pick six and the special teams mishap. They're going to try another double reverse and another Wildcat attempt. This one knocked out of the air by a Jackrabbit defender. It was Subkowitz trying to pass to the quarterback Rittenhouse for the touchdown, and that one gets blown up by the Jackrabbit defense. It'll be fourth down and 2 to go. And it looks like the offense is going to stay out there for Illinois State again, looking to convert on fourth for the second time today in the red zone. 4th and 2 to the goal. Tommy Rittenhouse has 2 receivers near side. Now trips receivers, send a man in motion. In the side of the pocket, looks right, and wide open for the touchdown. Subkowitz again, his second touchdown of the day. And the Redbirds put 3 scores on the board with just under 5 minutes elapsed. 4 minutes and 30 seconds into this game, and the Redbirds have 3 touchdowns on the Jackrabbits, and it's falling apart here for the Jacks. Fourth down touchdown, and earlier fourth down conversion, which led to a touchdown. And the Redbirds are dominant in this game. .29 to go in the first quarter, and it's 21-0. The Jackrabbits down. There were talks of some locker room problems here for the Jackrabbits ever since they lost to North Dakota State, and you can see it on the field as Dan Jackson seems to have lost control of this football team headed into the postseason. Locker room problems have led to on-field problems. The defense letting up 2 fourth down conversions. The special teams unit with a fumble in Jackrabbit territory and a pick 6 from the quarterback to start off this game with under 5 minutes elapsed, down by 3 touchdowns, and a team that went almost undefeated in the conference last season. Kickoff coming from the Redbirds from right to left. It's going to be a short one, right back to the same spot as last time. This one going to be fielded by the return man for the Jackrabbits. That one is caught by Miles Green. Green brings it up for a good return. This kick was short again, right to that 30-yard line. They went back to the same special teams man who fumbled a few plays prior. And Miles Green moves up and catches it. Now the Jacks going to be at their own 38-yard line. Good field position to start this drive. Still Jack Henry at quarterback for the Jacks. He's got trips receivers near side. It's going to be a handoff and stopped for a minimal gain. They went to Julius Longridge again, I believe. That one was James Basinger. So James Basinger on the carry. It's a good pickup. He fought for yardage after first contact. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Jacks. They are at the 42-yard line on their own end. Jack Henry backed up pass. This one goes in empty space down between two receivers. Now in between Alex Bullock and Jack Smith. Don't know who the intended target was. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Jacks at the 42-yard line on their own end. Jack Henry, 1 for 3 on pass attempts. Has that interception as well. Tommy Rittenhouse for Illinois State, 4 for 8, 58 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Jack Henry gonna go with the quarterback draw off to the left side, and he's not gonna make it to the first down. It'll be 4th and 4. The Jacks at the 49-yard line in their own end. And the punt team out for the Jacks. Max Pelham is the punter for SDSU. And the punt is fumbled by the punter. Bad snap, it gets blown up. And the recovery by the Jackrabbits saves the potential score. And they're back at the 24 as the punter got blown up. Pelham is still down, and he was trying to get on the football. He didn't even dive on it. He was trying to pick it up off the ground and punt it away. Instead, the defenders come in and rock him, and they bring the ball back to the 25. Now Illinois State going to start off this drive on the 25-yard line of the Jackrabbits, and it is falling apart here. This is 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and the Redbirds knocking on the door of the red zone for the Jackrabbits once again on a special teams mishap. Bad snap. The punter couldn't hold on to it, and it's backed up now in the Jackrabbit zone in the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Redbirds. Sends a man in motion. It's a pass play. It's out to the running back, and he pushes forward after making the catch on the near side. That was Winkers Wright, who's going to pick up a nice gain of 4. He's brought down eventually by Kobe Claiborne. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Redbirds. They are at the Jackrabbit 21 after the fumbled punt. Tommy Rittenhouse at quarterback for the Redbirds. Jackrabbits making some substitutions. 8:23 remains in the first quarter. Rittenhouse claps twice. Play action. Off to the right. Takes the pass. That's caught at the far side, but they'll say he was out of bounds before making that catch. Pass intended for Luke Melander. He makes the catch, but he's too far out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Redbirds. They're at the Jackrabbit 21. We've already seen that Illinois State will go for it on 4th down, so we can assume that they have 2 downs to go here as well. Rittenhouse inside the pocket. 2 receivers either side. Claps once. It's going to be a handoff to the running back. He pushes forward for a huge gain. He might be even across that 1st down line. Victor Dawson is the back. And it will be a first down for Dawson as he makes a 7-yard rush there. 1st and 10 for the Redbirds. They're now in the red zone. They're at the 15-yard line. $7:45 remains in the first quarter. Rittenhouse going to hand this one off to Dawson, and he is brought down after maybe the 5th defender hit him. He breaks about 4 tackles there and pushes forward for another first down. It'll be 1st and goal after the 11-yard rush by Dawson. Redbirds at the 4-yard line, first down. Rittenhouse at quarterback. Claps twice, takes a snap, looks right, and back to the end zone. This one knocked away by a Jackrabbit defender. That one is going to be number 13 for the Jacks. Aiden Dauterman makes the stop at corner. They'll bring up 2nd and 4 to go for the Redbirds. Rittenhouse calls an audible at the line. He's in shotgun. Takes the snap, hand off, and the feet of Dawson are taken out underneath him as he rushes forward for a gain of 1 on that play. So the Redbirds go to Victor Dawson again on the rush. The Jackrabbit defender able to sweep the legs out and limit the gain there. It'll be 3rd and 3 to the goal line for the Redbirds. Claps once. Rittenhouse in shotgun. Back to pass inside the pocket. Rittenhouse rolls out to the right, looking to rush it, and he dives forward inside the pylon for the touchdown. Rittenhouse for the rush, and 6 more points on the board for the Redbirds. There is 6:26 remaining in the first quarter. This has got to be some record for the fastest 4 touchdowns in college football, as the Redbirds have put 4 touchdowns on the board with just under 9 minutes elapsed in the first quarter. PAT is good. $28-0 with 6:26 remaining in the first quarter. Not something you expect from South Dakota State, but the defense not able to make any stops. Special teams back-to-back big mess-ups. Fumbled punt by the punter, and the long snapper led up this touchdown, and previously a fumbled kick return at the 30-yard line puts the Redbirds right back into scoring position after the pick 6, after the initial opening drive where the Redbirds scored within 2 minutes. And the Jackrabbits going to have another chance on offense, pending the special teams unit gets the ball to the quarterback. We'll see. We're in immediate timeout. Be back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
Welcome back into Dan and Jay Dykhouse Stadium. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. Jackrabbits have negative 14 yards on offense. Here comes a squib kick by Dalnato, the kicker for the Redbirds. This one picked up by a return man for the Jackrabbits. That was Matt Goring. And Goring moves that one forward after the squib kick. The Jackrabbits struggle on special teams today pretty badly. 6:20 remains in the first quarter, and the Redbirds lead 28-0. The Jackrabbits back on offense. Jack Henry has a pick six in this one. The punter, Max Pelham, fumbled it, and a return man during a kickoff also fumbled. Henry rolls out to his right, passes forward for Coleman Kuntz, and he picks up 5. He gets 6 yards on that one. Pass to the tight end on a bootleg. It'll bring up second down. 5 to go for the Jacks. Their position at the 45-yard line after the squib kick by the Redbirds. Empty backfield for Jack Henry. Trips receivers far side. Near side is Jack Smith for the bubble screen, and he dives forward for a gain of 2. That play got blown up pretty quickly. They're going to give him 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 for the Jackrabbits, and the fan section's pretty empty. The most empty I've seen them all season here in Dan and Jay Dykhouse without starting quarterback Chase Mason. And the student section maybe a quarter full. Jack Henry takes the snap, looks to pass downfield. This one way high of Alex Bullock, the intended receiver. It'll be 4th down. 4th and 4, and in comes the punt team, and the fans don't like it here in Dan and Jay. Punter is going to be a backup punter as Max Pelham was hit when he fumbled in that last one. So the backup punter comes in, and the punt away. It'll be a short punt. It bounces at the 19-yard line and heads out of bounds. Eli Statter, the place kicker for SDSU, back to punt that one away, as Ryan Harrington got hit hard trying to recover his fumble on the previous punt for the Jackrabbits. And the Jackrabbits, to add insult to injury, are going to pick up a flag. Illegal formation on the punting team. Too many men in the backfield. And that punt will be moved forward at the spot. .458 remains in the first quarter, and this is the worst first quarter of football I've seen at South Dakota State during my time. Last home game of the season. And Illinois State back on offense. They are at the 25-yard line on their own end. They go for the run play, and it's right down the middle, and it's wide open for a huge gain. Seth Glatz is going to rush that one forward for a first down. And now they go to the 39-yard line in their own end. That one going to be a huge gain of 14 on the rush. They go for the run play again, back to Seth Glatz. And this one stopped after a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd, and they'll give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Redbirds at the 41-yard line. Empty backfield for Rittenhouse as he has trips receivers far side, 2 receivers near side. Shotgun formation, claps twice. Rittenhouse looks right, now left. He finds a wide open man at the sideline, and he was being double coverage, but it was soft zone coverage, and Dylan Lord able to pick up a big gain on the out route. 2 Jackrabbit defenders in the area, but playing too far off the receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1 for the Redbirds. They are at their own 48-yard line. It is 2 down territory. We've seen them go for it on 4th down every time now. This field goal unit or the punting unit have never touched the field for the Redbirds. And a timeout going to come in here for South Dakota State. So timeout from SDSU. We've got 3:37 remaining in the first quarter. The ball is on the 48-yard line. The Redbirds marching forward. It's 3rd and 1. We got to see a little bit of the South Dakota State University Police Department readiness plan here pregame as a shots fired warning went across campus prior to the kickoff in the tailgate area. That was blown all clear by the University Police Department. That was an off-campus incident. There was no threat to the university, but quick action here in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium by the staff. Made sure everybody was safe. It's going to be a run play by Rittenhouse as he hands this one off. It'll be a 1st down. Glatz pushes forward, and he'll pick up 2 yards and the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Redbirds on the 50-yard line. And this one going to be a check down to Dylan Lord. And he'll pick up 8 on the yards after catch. It'll be 2nd and 2. And they're at the 42-yard line of the Jackrabbit end. Rittenhouse claps twice, takes the snap inside the pocket, looks to pass outright. This one going to be caught for the 1st down by Scotty Presson Jr. And the chains move for the Redbirds. It's 1st and 10. A catch by Presson Jr. brings the Redbirds to the Jackrabbit 38. 2 receivers either side for the Redbirds. And Rittenhouse has the running back at his left. He will go play action inside the pocket. Deep ball here from Rittenhouse to a wide open man, and this one dropped in the end zone by Daniel Subkowicz, who had both passing touchdowns for the Redbirds earlier. Looked open there. This one just falls between his arms, incomplete. Would have had a touchdown there. Minute 49 remains in this one. It'll be 2nd and 10. So the Redbirds at the Jackrabbit 38. Trips receivers near side for Rittenhouse. He goes play action again. Quick pass inside as a broken tackle by the Redbird, and he pushes forward for the 1st down. And a flag comes in after that play. 85 Javon Charles was the tight end who caught that one. Flag on the play. We'll see what this foul was. Jackrabbit defenders asking for that flag after. It was Aiden Dauterman who wanted the flag. Dylan Lord going to pick up the infraction. It'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Redbirds, and they'll back up. It's going to be a personal foul as, Lord just chucks Dauterman to the ground after the play. And it'll back up the Redbirds. It'll make it a 1st down and 10 from the Jackrabbit 42. Here is the pass from Rittenhouse, intended for Subkowicz, and he is close to the far sideline, and he can't bring it in. It'll be incomplete. Second down and 10. As the Jacks get the break from the penalty. Second and 10, the Redbirds at the 42-yard line. Can the Jackrabbit defense make a stop for the first time today? We will see. Second down. Rittenhouse has two receivers either side. It'll be a handoff to Glatz. And he pushes forward for a nice gain. He'll pick up about 5. It'll bring up third down. It's 3rd and 5. And, well, they're going to give him even less. It'll be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. The Redbirds are at the Jackrabbit 38-yard line. I expect them to go for it on 4th down. So this is 2-down territory. Rittenhouse at quarterback. Trips receivers far side. And a receiver on the near side. Sending a man in motion. Now 2 receivers either side. Now back the other way. It's Dylan Lord in motion. Trips on the far side still. Inside the pocket. Looks to pass. This one incomplete. Falls between Subkowicz and the defender. Donnerman on the coverage. It's 4th down. And for the first time today, I think we're going to see the field goal unit come out for the Redbirds. Oh, it's going to be the punt team. The ball is on the 38-yard line in the Jackrabbit end. Punt team out for the Redbirds. The punter is Hayden Futch. Futch takes the snap. This one going to be back into the end zone. It takes a bounce, and it'll be a touchback. It'll be 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the Jackrabbits will have 1st and 10 to start off this drive. Down by 28. 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits will have it after the touchback at the 20-yard line. It's 1st and 10. The Jackrabbits have just looked disastrously bad through this first quarter, with Jack Henry at quarterback and Henry in shotgun. 2 tight ends out there. They're going to go for the handoff for Lawridge, and Lawridge going to get blown up. He dives forward for a gain. They'll give him the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of 0. Lawridge gets blown up. He's lucky he got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Jackrabbits at their own 20-yard line after the touchback on the punt, and it'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. So we'll get ready for quarter number 2. Jackrabbits down 28-0. We'll be back with the second quarter here on Collegiate Sports.
SDSU Theater and Dance continues its season of concealment with the chilling musical Thrill Me, the Leopold and Loeb story.
This dark and intimate musical is based on the infamous 1924 murder case following 2 wealthy young men whose twisted relationship leads them down a path of crime, manipulation, and betrayal.
With a haunting score and gripping storytelling, Thrill Me explores obsession, power, and the consequences of desire taken to dangerous extremes.
This production is recommended for adult audiences.
Performances will be in the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center, November 20th through the 22nd at 7 p.m. and November 23rd at 2 p.m.
Tickets can be purchased online at sdsutheater.org, at the North Box Office at the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center, Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, or by calling 605-688-6045.
Don't miss this thrilling true crime musical experience. Get your tickets for Thrill Me today.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your next bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSTJ 90.7.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSTJ 90.7.
Welcome back into Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. The Jackrabbit faithful still with us here. And the student section thinned out to about an eighth full. Here, with 15 minutes back on the clock, the Jackrabbits on offense, they combined for -7 total yards in the first quarter compared to the Redbirds' 144 yards. The Jackrabbits had 2 turnovers. Technically 3, just on that punt. We recovered the football, but it was 4th down. We lost about 10 yards on that fumble recovery. So pretty much 3 turnovers in the first quarter for the Jackrabbits and a pick 6 within that. The Jackrabbits on offense now. It's 3rd down as the first pass attempt by Jack Henry falls incomplete. Attempted pass was for Coleman Kuntz, and he couldn't reel that one in. Quarterback keeper here, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Jacks after they pick up about 4 yards on the quarterback keeper. So it'll be 4th and 6, and the Jackrabbits are at their own 23-yard line, and in comes the backup punter, Eli Statter, to kick it away. Statter's kick is a short punt. It'll be bouncing at the 47-yard line and moves forward and keeps rolling. And this ball dove onto by the Redbirds at the Redbirds' 36-yard line. We 1st and 10 for the Redbirds. And the ball will be at the 37-yard line in Redbird territory. 1st and 10 for them. We'll be in another media timeout, so we'll take it with them. Be back after this.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East. He took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
The Jackrabbit struggles continue as they go 4 and out and punt it away. Ball's at the 37-yard line for the Redbirds, 1st and 10. This one's going to be a rush play as Victor Dawson breaks away for a big gain. He's going to pick up about 15 on that one. It'll be 1st and 10 again for the Redbirds. They'll be at the Jackrabbit 48-yard line now, 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff again as Dawson breaks outside, and he's going to pick up another 12 yards and another 1st and 10. Dawson running. Dawson has 7 attempts for 49 yards today for the Redbirds. 13:30 remaining in the second quarter. The Jackrabbits down 28-0. Redbirds not letting up on the gas. Here's a catch at the sideline by Dylan Lord. Lord reels that one in. It'll bring up 2nd and about 3. 2nd and 3 for the Redbirds. And they're going to be at the Jackrabbit 30-yard line. Rittenhouse has trips receivers on the far side. Takes a snap. Goes to the handoff for Dawson, and he gets stopped by the Jackrabbit defense. He picks up a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and they'll give him 1. It'll be 3rd and 2. 12:30 remaining. And it's 2 yards to go, 3rd and 2, and the Redbirds are at the Jackrabbit 29. It's a pass play as Rittenhouse finds his receiver. It'll be number 84, Luke Melander, and he picks up the 1st down. Gain of 4 from Melander, and it'll be 1st and 10 as the Redbirds are at the Jackrabbit 25. Huge playoff implications from this game. Both of these teams are 7-3 in the FCS. The Jackrabbits projected above them in the final seeding, but with Chase Mason out in the defense and special teams playing this poorly, the Jacks have lost all hope here, it seems. And going to drop this game and potentially the last game of the season next week against North Dakota. If they drop both these games, the Jacks could certainly be eliminated from playoff action. Have run play again for Dawson as it was 2nd and short, and they push forward for the 1st down again. It'll make it 1st and 10 for the Redbirds. Actually, it'll be 1st and 10. They're at the 12-yard line, so they can get another 1st down. Inside the red zone now. Rittenhouse sends his running back in motion. It'll be a pass play, bubble screen outside for Dylan Lord. And Lord is blown up and pushed out of bounds by the Jackrabbit defender. Stopped on that one. That was Aiden Dodderman again on the defense. It'll be 2nd down. They picked up 2 on the bubble screen to Lord on forward progress. And it'll be 2nd and 8. They are at the 10-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. Tommy Rittenhouse at quarterback for the Redbirds in shotgun. Looks back inside the pocket to pass. Center of the field and wide open for the touchdown. He's just going to walk it in. That's Daniel Subkowicz for 6. That's the 3rd passing touchdown of the day for the Redbirds, and each of them are going to Daniel Subkowicz. You might want to put extra defense on Subkowicz, but wide open there for the walk-in touchdown. got ahead of his man, beat him on the defense. PAT pending, and it is up and good. 35-0. Illinois State dominating. 10:15 remains in the second quarter, and the Jackrabbits playing terribly through this one. We're back in immediate timeout. We'll be back after this.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Playoffs on the line, and the Jackrabbits not even putting up a fight. 35-0 as the Redbirds dominating here in South Dakota. Jackrabbits going to get another chance on offense. Here comes the kickoff from the Redbirds. They boot this one away. It'll be caught in the end zone for the touchback by returner Jack Smith. 1st and 10 after the touchback. And this is the emptiest I've seen it in the student section in the second quarter. And the stand's pretty empty here in Dana J also. Some Jackrabbit faithful still kicking it out, but the student section down to only the front row being filled. And it'll be Jack Henry rolling out for the forward pass. And he goes back to the tight end, Coleman Kuntz. And you hear it get loud in here because that's 1st and 10 for the Jackrabbits. That might be their first down of the day. And it is. That is the first down of the entire game for the Jackrabbit offense, coming in 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. That one to Coleman Kuntz, the tight end. He picks that one up. That's the longest play of the day for the Jackrabbit offense. They're now in Redbird territory on the 48-yard line, and Jack Henry in trouble. He has to throw this one away out of bounds. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Henry is 4 for 8 passing today for 31 yards, and he had that pick 6 earlier. Run game is non-existent for the Jackrabbits. The Jacks have had to punt it away on each of their drives, except for the one where we threw a pick 6. That's our opening drive of the game. And it'll be Jack Henry. Again, extra tight ends out there. They could try for the try for the run And here is Josiah Johnson for the first time today. He's able to find some yards, picks up 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. The Jackrabbits are in Redbird territory. They are on the Redbird 43-yard line. They have 5 yards to go on 3rd down. Need a conversion here to bring some spirit back into the building. Jack Henry in shotgun. Sends a man in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Henry pushing forward, and he got to the first down. That's the second first down of the game for the Jackrabbits, both coming on this drive. And Jack Henry on the quarterback keeper able to pick up the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jacks. They are at the Redbird 37. And we have 8:35 remaining here in the second quarter. Finally, positive yards on the board, too, for the Jackrabbits. They were at -7 before this drive total. Here comes a run play again for Josiah Johnson as he plows forward. He'll pick up 2 yards. They'll bring up 2nd and 8. Jackrabbits have now 36 total yards combined on the day, which is better than -7, I suppose. The Redbirds have 207 yards on offense, 115 of those coming from the pass. Jacks on offense still. It's 2nd and 8. They're at the Redbird 34-yard line. Here is Johnson on a rush again, and he runs into a blockade right away here. He plows forward with the help of some O-linemen for a gain of 3. He's able to move the pile a little bit. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Jacks, and they'll be at the Redbird 31-yard line. I assume the Jackrabbits would have to go for it on 4th down, although we haven't been. We've been punting it away. But to be fair, we were backed up in our own end for both those scenarios, so we'll see. I would assume 4th down territory. Extra tight ends out there for SDSU. Under center is Henry. He goes to Josiah Johnson, and yeah, that gets blown up in the backfield. We weren't even trying to pass there. You know, didn't even have any receivers out on the field. We were in I formation, double tight ends either side, and we go the typical play, what you'd expect. We run it off inside, and it gets blown up. So it'll be 4th and 4 for the Jacks. They're at the 31-yard line. Now, what do you expect? You show run, and you run it on 3rd down, and it gets blown up by the defense. Jackrabbits at the Redbird 31, and Henry going to pass it on 4th down. Center of the field, caught for the conversion. That one reeled in by Graham Goring. And the Jacks get the first down on the 4th down conversion there. Be 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Jackrabbits eating clock here on this drive. We 1st and 10 for the Jackrabbits, now in the red zone. 13-yard line for the Jacks. They're in the red zone for the first time today. Here is Henry. He's going to be a quarterback keeper off to the right, and he gets blown up. It'll be a loss of 2. They'll say loss of 1 on forward progress. It'll be 2nd and 11. Second and long. Jackrabbits in the red zone for the first time today. They're at the Redbird 14-yard line. Jack Henry sends a man in motion, trips receivers near side. Back to pass inside the pocket. Henry finds an opening to run for it down the center, and he's in for the touchdown. Henry, quarterback keeper, in for 6. Jackrabbits put 6 on the board with the quarterback keeper by Henry. He's able to find a gap on the pass play and make something of it. Rushing forward for the touchdown. 14-yard rush there for Henry for the touchdown. PAT pending. Actually, looks like, yeah, PAT pending here. Thought the offense was out there, but no, it'll be the kicker, Eli Statter, back there. And kick is up and through for the PAT. That makes it 35-7. Jackrabbits able to score something here. 5 minutes remain in the second quarter. We'll be back in a TV timeout. We'll be back after this.
SDSU Theater and Dance continues its season of concealment with the chilling musical Thrill Me, the Leopold and Loeb story.
This dark and intimate musical is based on the infamous 1924 murder case following two wealthy young men whose twisted relationship leads them down a path of crime, manipulation, and betrayal.
With a haunting score and gripping storytelling, Thrill Me explores obsession, power, and the consequences of desire taken to dangerous extremes.
This production is recommended for adult audiences.
Performances will be in the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center November 20th through the 22nd at 7 p.m. and November 23rd at 2 p.m.
Tickets can be purchased online at sdsutheater.org, at the North Box Office at the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, or by calling 605-688-6045.
Don't miss this thrilling true crime musical experience. Get your tickets for Thrill Me today.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Praft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Praft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheese cake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Praft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
So the Jackrabbits able to score with 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. So glad you're alongside me for this one. Last home game of the season here for the Jackrabbits. And potentially last game of the year if the Jacks can't get a win pulled out. Could definitely get eliminated from the playoff picture here. This game was huge for playoffs. These teams both 7-3, and the Jackrabbits being dominated here. Here is a squib kick that had some trouble being picked up by the return guys here for the Redbirds, but eventually it's scooped up by McQuarrie Gary. And Marquand Gary pushes it forward. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Redbirds, and they'll be at the Jackrabbit, or excuse me, their own 33-yard line. Special teams have really cost the Jackrabbits this game. 2 touchdowns have come from mishaps on special teams, and then you have the pick 6. I mean, if you erase 3 touchdowns from the score, you know, it becomes a winnable game for the Jacks, but the special teams unit just has lost this game for the Jackrabbits, truthfully. And without the starting quarterback, I mean, you have that pick 6 on the board for Jack Henry, and just some things that need to be ironed out and fixed for next season. The defense hasn't really been what they should be, and it's showing. It'll be 1st and 10 after a rush from the Redbirds. They'll be set up at their own 44-yard line now after the first down run. Rittenhouse claps once, hands off to the back, and a fumble here recovered by the defense. as Glatz coughs this one up, and the Jackrabbits going to get the football back. Just what the building needed here. With 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter, a fumble by Seth Glatz. And the Jackrabbits will recover that football. They'll be in Redbird territory. They'll be on the 44-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 going the other way. The Jackrabbits will take over, looking to score again to end out the half. Again, like I said, if you erase 3 touchdowns from this game with the special teams mishaps and the pick 6, the Jacks are not doing bad. And Henry to air this one out, and it's going to be picked off by the defense. On the first throw, Henry coughs one up, about to be sacked, and it's easily taken away by the defense. Typical there. Number 44, Dexter Knapp, is going to pick up the interception on the turnover. And you can feel it's over. I see fans exiting the stadium now with just under 4 minutes remaining. The student section is non-existent here, and there are fans leaving. So the Redbirds back on offense after the short-lived drive by the Jackrabbits there after the fumble recovery. And here goes a bubble screen, and it'll be a tackle for loss. The Jackrabbit defense coming up big here on 1st and 10 as the Redbirds back in their own end. They're at the 27-yard line, and tackle for loss on 1st down brings up 2nd and long. It'll be 2nd and 13. As they try to bubble screen, it was blown up by the Jackrabbit defense. Rittenhouse has an empty backfield, trips receivers near side. He's back inside the pocket to pass. Quick pass is tipped at the line, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Good defense again up front for the Jacks. But it's not really going to matter. The defense finally getting into the game, but it's too late. And the offense can't move the ball. It'll be 3rd and long as the Redbirds at the 24-yard line. 3 minutes remain in the quarter. Rittenhouse claps once, sends a man in motion, trips near side. Back inside the pocket. He's in trouble, has to run for it, and he's going to. He passed the line of scrimmage now and pushing forward. He'll be short of the line to gain. I think he's close. Close to the line to gain. And they're going to spot this one short. They'll bring up 4th down. So after the good run by the quarterback, it'll be 4th and 2 for the Redbirds. They're at their own 35-yard line. And here comes the punt team for Illinois State. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remains in the half. The Redbirds to punt away. 0 seconds on the game clock here. 0 seconds on the play clock. They get the snap off, punt away. And caught and fumbled by the return man. The ball heads back towards the end zone and pushed out of bounds at the 1 by the Jackrabbits. It'll be a fumble out of bounds at about the 1-yard line, and this is just terrible. As Miles Taylor gets blown up and his ball comes out and nearly taken away for a touchdown, saved by a Jackrabbit and pushed out of bounds. The ball heads out at the 4-yard line. So the Jack offense will be at the 4-yard line, backed up in their own end, and special teams cost the Jackrabbits again, almost 6. Now the Jacks offense in trouble, because now you got to worry about Jack Henry, redshirt freshman, letting up the safety here, getting hurt, trying to get rid of the football. 2:25 remains in the half, and Henry backed up in his own end zone. Takes the snap, handing off now to Lawridge, and Lawridge gets gang tackled back at the line of scrimmage. We'll give them a 1-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Jacks. 2 minutes remain. It'll be the 2-minute timeout here. We'll take a break. We'll be back after the 2-minute warning after this.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back into Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. The Jackrabbits down 35-7, backed up in their own end zone. Jack Henry leading the offense for the Jacks. 2-minute warning just elapsed. Henry's going to go for a handoff again. And the Jackrabbits got in this position because of a fumbled punt return by Miles Taylor. And the Jacks have just been disastrous on special teams today, the worst I've ever seen. And the stands looking very empty. And a 30-second timeout coming here. It's the Redbirds are going to use up one of their timeouts. So we'll stick with it here. 3rd and long for the Jacks. It'll be 3rd and 8. This is just terrible as the Jacks are backed up at their own 6-yard line after the bad punt return. Almost fumbled and returned for a touchdown by the Redbirds. Quick thinking by the return man for the Jacks pushes that football out of bounds, but Jack Henry with an empty backfield, backed up at his own 6-yard line. Now sends James Basinger in motion. Now he has a back at his left. It's back inside the pocket to pass. Henry forward for the first down conversion. That'll be Alex Bullock reeling that one in for the first down. Now the Jacks with a little bit more breathing room. We got 1:46 remaining in this half. Henry takes the snap, looks to pass downfield again. Center of the field caught by the tight end. That one looked to be Grayton Gannon. Grayton Gannon brings that one in. It'll be 2nd and 1. He picks up 9 on the reception, Gannon. It'll be 1:32 remaining, and the Jackrabbits going to use a timeout. The Jacks use a timeout. It'll be 2nd and 1 after the timeout, and the Jacks are at their own 29-yard line. So the Jacks trying to score to close out the half. Henry with the football. Claps once. Here comes the blitz from Illinois State. Look out, Jack Henry. He's going to run for it. And he picks up the first down and more. Henry couldn't beat the last defender, but he gets pushed out of bounds at the 50. And here come the flags. It'll be 1st and 10 pending the penalty. Minute 24 remains in the first half. Pending the penalty, Henry was pushed out around the 50-yard line. We'll see what the call is.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Offside, defense number 4. That penalty is applied. After the play, personal foul. Laying it out of bounds. Defense number 4.
2 fouls, both on the defense. First is offsides. That one will be declined. Second one is a personal foul at hitting the quarterback out of bounds after the play. So that'll be a good penalty for the Jackrabbits. It'll put the ball on the 40-yard line in Redbird territory. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 40 in Redbird territory for the Jackrabbits. And a whistle. We're going to say reset the game clock to 1:24. As some time ticked off there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jacks. Henry claps once inside the pocket. Here is going to be a flag. It's going to be a full start on the offense. Saw some movement there as Gannon caught one. It would have been an 8-yard gain. Flag on the play as the Jackrabbits tried to go hurry up. They get stopped. So just waiting for the call.
Offside, defense number 56. That penalty is applied. Remaining second down.
Penalty on the defense. It would have been an offsides penalty. The Jackrabbits declined it. It's a 7-yard gain on the gain in reception. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Jacks after the Gannon 7-yard pickup. Henry claps once, looking downfield to pass again. Caught in the center of the field, Gannon again. He'll bring up the first down. The Jacks will have it at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Henry back to pass again. Airs this one out for the end zone. That one out in front of Alex Bullock. There was good defense on the coverage there. It'll stop the game clock at 1:10. It's still the first half. 2nd and 10. The Jackrabbits at the Redbird 25. Tried for the end zone there. Got out in front of Bullock. There was 2 defenders in the area. Good coverage there. Henry on 2nd down. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Henry inside the pocket, looks to pass again. Outside to the right, that's caught by Bullock. Pushed out of bounds for a 4-yard gain. Got out of bounds there, that's good, but it is 3rd down, so it'll be 3rd and 6. The Jackrabbits at the Redbird 21-yard line.
It's 3rd and 6 for the Jackrabbits.
3rd and 6 for the Jacks. 2 receivers either side. Henry has a running back at his right. Takes the snap inside the pocket. Blitz coming. Has to air it out. Going for Jack Smith. One-handed attempt there, and Smith can't get it. Looking for the PI call. and no flags. Good coverage there by Illinois State. Smith blanketed as they shot end zone. It'll bring up 4th down and 6. Fans look at the replay. Think there was PI there. And the defender was not looking in the direction of the football. Could have been a case for PI. Here is Jack Henry in to pass again. This one short but caught by Jack Smith for the first down. The Jackrabbits will have 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Time ticking, and clock will be stopped at 53 seconds. And it'll roll at the ref's whistle. It goes, and Jack Henry to pass. They get this one, and the receiver fell down. Incompletion. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line for the Jackrabbits in Redbird territory. Into the red zone for the 3rd time today. One for 2 on red zone attempts prior. Second down in the red zone. Jack Henry is going to hand it off to Basinger. Basinger charges forward, and he'll pick up a gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal. And the Jacks will be at the 4-yard line. 2-down territory. There's 35 seconds remaining on the game clock, and here comes a timeout. SDSU going to use their 2nd timeout of the half. 36 seconds will be on the game clock. It'll be 3rd and 4 to goal for the Jackrabbits as they use this timeout to stop the clock. 2 plays to score here for the Jacks to end out the half. Need to get it. The Jackrabbits down by 4 touchdowns. Would like to make it 3. And if you make it a 3-touchdown lead for Illinois State, you take away the 2 special teams scores and the pick 6. I mean, we have a tie game, but the blunders by the Jackrabbits have shot themselves in the foot and given up these touchdowns. But the Jacks looking to put a positive cap on the end of this half. 4 yards to the goal line. Henry claps once, trips receivers near side. He looks that way. Henry in trouble, needs to get rid of it, and he passes it forward, incomplete. Henry had nowhere to go. It'll bring up 4th and 4. Graham Goring was the intended target. That one was just headed too short and out of bounds. 4th and 4 to goal for the Jacks. SDSU making some subs. Bringing in some bigger-bodied receivers as Graham Goring and Jack Smith exit to the bench. 2 tight ends in for the Jacks. Whistle. Timeout's going to be called by the Redbirds. Illinois State going to use their final timeout. 30-second timeout here as South Dakota State brings out an interesting player package on 4th and 4. Bring out double tight ends and 2 receivers either side, one either side of Jack Henry, and then a running back in the backfield. So interesting look by Dan Jackson and the Jackrabbits. And we'll see what we do here on 4th down, looking to score to end out the half. .30 seconds remain in the first half. Henry, 2 receivers near side, 2 tight ends out there either side. Running back at his right. Henry claps twice. Looking back inside the pocket to pass. Wide open for the touchdown is Braden Delahoyd, redshirt freshman out of Spearfish. who reels that one in wide open, uncovered by the Illinois State defense, and a positive cap to end out the half with the touchdown. PAT pending by Eli Statter. And now a fake look as Statter going to go out to wide receiver, and a fake two-point conversion, and Gannon cannot hold on to it. The pass from Braden Delahoyd at quarterback was looking for Grayton Gannon for the two-point conversion, and Gannon had a good opportunity to bring that one in and couldn't get it. So the 2-point unsuccessful. And there's 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Redbirds will get the football back. So Illinois State gonna lead this one by 22 over the Jacks. And the kickoff coming from Eli Statter. So Statter out there to kick it off. Instead of typical kickoff man Ryan Harrington, maybe we might see an onside kick here from Statter with a different player. And now this one's just going to be booted off to the left side. Fair caught by Illinois State at the 12-yard line. So Illinois State to have the football at the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Redbirds, and they'll kneel it out. That'll bring us to the end of the half. The score, 35-13. The Redbirds ahead in this one. We'll take a break. We'll be back for a halftime report and back for the third quarter of action here in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. We'll be back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
SDSU Theater and Dance continues its season of concealment with the chilling musical Thrill Me, the Leopold and Loeb story.
This dark and intimate musical is based on the infamous 1924 murder case following two wealthy young men whose twisted relationship leads them down a path of crime, manipulation, and betrayal.
With a haunting score and gripping storytelling, Thrill Me explores obsession, power, and the consequences of desire taken to dangerous extremes.
This production is recommended for adult audiences.
Performances will be in the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center, November 20th through the 22nd at 7 p.m. and November 23rd at 2 p.m.
Tickets can be purchased online at sdsutheater.org, at the North Box Office at the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center, Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, or by calling 605-688-6045.
Don't miss this thrilling true crime musical experience. Get your tickets for Thrill Me today.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/olderadults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome to the Collegiate Sports Halftime Report. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Interesting development in the Missouri Valley as USD Coyotes taking on Southern Illinois. The Salukis go into quadruple overtime in that game. Ended up going towards the Yotes just a few seconds ago as the Salukis missed their two-point attempt and USD able to complete theirs. And it's 51-49 after quadruple overtime. The USD Yotes going to get the victory over the Southern Illinois Salukis. So that interesting game in quadruple overtime goes the way of USD. More scores around the Missouri Valley. North Dakota State taking on Northern Iowa right now. That game about to go into halftime, and that game currently at 28-2 as Northern Iowa has a safety in that one. Got that in the second quarter. Otherwise, North Dakota State has 2 touchdowns on the board in each of the first 2 quarters. Earlier today, final score, North Dakota defeats Murray State 35-17. Youngstown State defeats Indiana State 48-29. This game, halftime score 35-13. The Jackrabbits couldn't score at all in the first half, able to pick it up a little bit in the second quarter as they outscored Illinois State 7-13. The first quarter, though, did not go the way of the Jackrabbits. The Jacks let up 4 touchdowns within less than 14 minutes, or not 14 minutes, less than 9 minutes into the game. Let up 4 touchdowns. Unbelievable, really. Taking a look at Illinois State game comparison between the Jackrabbits. Total yardage, the Jacks have been catching up. Total yards for the Redbirds is at 225. 112 of those coming from the pass, 113 of those coming from the rush. The Jackrabbits have 152 total yards, 109 of those coming from the pass, and 43 of those coming from the rush. If you take a look at starting quarterback for Illinois State, Tommy Rittenhouse, he is 14 for 24 on passes, 112 passing yards, and 3 passing touchdowns. Each of those passing touchdowns goes to number 2 for Illinois State, Daniel Subkowitz, and he picks up 4 receptions for 43 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's been targeted 9 times through this one. Second leading receiver for Illinois State's Dylan Lord. He's got 4 receptions for 26 yards. Otherwise, pretty quiet on the receiving side for Illinois State, other than those 3 touchdowns from Subkowitz. Top running back for Illinois State is Victor Dawson. Dawson has 9 attempts for 62 yards and a long of 16. He's averaging 6.9 yards per carry. Seth Glatz has 7 attempts for 32 yards. He fumbled once, recovered by the Jackrabbits, and Rittenhouse on rushing his 3 attempts for 16 yards. He's averaging 5.3 yards a carry. Taking a look at the Jackrabbit breakdown, Jack Henry is 12 for 22 for 109 yards and a touchdown, 2 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6. But what we can decide from seeing Jack Henry play is that he is a substantial improvement than what we were seeing out of Luke Marble for those past 3 games where the Jackrabbits were unable to get a victory. And then Jack Henry gets the start against USD last week, puts up a fight. That game went, I believe it was 24-17. The Jackrabbits lose that one by 1 score. This game not going the way that one did. That's largely the fault of special teams. 1 touchdown is a pick 6. Special teams fumbles on a attempted punt. The long snapper, the punter, cannot connect. So the Redbirds get the ball at the 25 and they score a touchdown there. Then a fumble by the kick return team at the 30-yard line, recovered by the Redbirds. They score on that play. And then a fumble by the punt return team at the 4-yard line, almost a safety, almost recovered by the Redbirds for a touchdown. Instead, forced out of bounds, ball kicked out of bounds by the Jackrabbits at the 4-yard line, and Jack Henry able to get it away and march all the way down the field for that score at the end of the half. Actually, I think we turned over on downs during that one and had to get it back during that last quarter of play. So special teams costing the Jackrabbits. But taking a look at the player breakdown again, Jack Henry 12 for 22. He's the best rusher right now for the Jackrabbits. Jack Henry has 6 attempts for 41 yards and a touchdown, a long of 16. He's averaging 6.8 yards a carry. Otherwise, no rushing game for the Jackrabbits at all. Josiah Johnson, 4 attempts for 11 yards. He's only averaging 2.8 yards a carry. James Basinger, 3 attempts for 8 yards, only averaging 2.7 yards a carry. And Julius Longridge, 3 attempts for 3 yards, only averaging 1 yard per carry. Rush game not there. Receiving-wise, Greg Gannon has been the star of the show today, the tight end. He has 3 receptions for 24 yards, a long of 9. Not very many long passes today for the Jacks. Jack Smith has 3 receptions for 13 yards. Kuntz, the other tight end for the Jacks, has 2 receptions for 33 yards. Alex Bullock, 2 receptions for 17 yards. Kuntz actually got the first touchdown of the game for the Jackrabbits late in the second quarter with a 27-yard grab. Alex Bullock, again, with those 2 receptions for 17 yards. Graham Goring has a reception for 18 yards. And there is Braden Delahoyd with a 4-yard grab who got that touchdown on that interesting look from the Jackrabbits to end out the half. So the Jacks 3 scores away from tying up with Illinois State. We'll see if they can get anything together here starting off the third quarter. We've got about 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining until the end of the halftime here, and we'll be back for the third quarter action after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Mid-Airy. Reservations are appreciated.
SDSU Theater and Dance continues its season of concealment with the chilling musical Thrill Me, the Leopold and Loeb story.
This dark and intimate musical is based on the infamous 1924 murder case following 2 wealthy young men whose twisted relationship leads them down a path of crime, manipulation, and betrayal.
With a haunting score and gripping storytelling, Thrill Me explores obsession, power, and the consequences of desire taken to dangerous extremes.
This production is recommended for adult audiences.
Performances will be in the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center November 20th through the 22nd at 7 p.m. and November 23rd at 2 p.m.
Tickets can be purchased online at sdsutheater.org, at the North Box Office at the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, or by calling 605-688-6045.
Don't miss this thrilling true crime musical experience. Get your tickets for Thrill Me today.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Dan and Jay Dykhouse Stadium. Just about to get kicked off here for the third quarter. The Jackrabbits down 35-13 to start off this second half. Let's see if anything got sorted out during halftime with head coach Dan Jackson. I reported it wrong initially. The final from South Dakota, Southern Illinois is 53-51. South Dakota going to win that one. That one went into a fifth overtime. 5 overtimes in that game where South Dakota comes out ahead after Southern Illinois misses their 2-point conversion. South Dakota makes it, and it's 53-51 after 5 overtimes in that one. So USD gets the win. And the Jackrabbits trying to battle back in this one. Couldn't get their 2-point conversion. But this is the worst special teams game I've ever seen out of the Jackrabbits. You can attribute at least 2 of the touchdowns scored by the Redbirds to failures on the Jackrabbits special team side of the ball, and the pick 6 didn't help. But Jack Henry, a big improvement from what we've seen of Luke Marble, who was starting for the Jackrabbits prior to these past 2 games. Kickoff from the Redbirds as the Jackrabbits won the coin toss to start this one off and deferred, so the Jacks will start with the football. This one caught by Graham Goring, and it'll be a touchback. So the Jacks will start off at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. There's about 20 people in the student section now, 20 to 30 over there, and it's emptied out quite a bit in Dana J during halftime. First play of the second half. Jack Henry at quarterback looks to pass inside the pocket, looks right, and caught by Jack Smith. No, that's Graham Goring. And Graham Goring able to convert. It's a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 after the catch by Goring. It was a nice grab, and now the Jacks are at the 37-yard line. Hurry up offense. Here is Jack Henry. He's going to run for it. And he takes it out to the 40. He gets wrapped up and brought down at the 39-yard line. Their own end. It'll be second down. So 2nd and 7 for the Jacks. 14:30 remains here in the third quarter. Whistle before the pass from Jack Henry had Grayton Gannon open in center field, but a whistle and a flag comes in. It'll be a false start as not all 11 players on the offense were set prior to the snap. So false start comes in as one Jackrabbit massaging his quad as he goes into the huddle. That was Jack Smith, a little tightness. But a 5-yard backup, it makes it 2nd and long. Pass for Jack Henry, caught by Jack Smith, and he brings it back into range for this 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd and 4 for the Jackrabbits. I would assume it's 2-down territory, but they are on their own end. They're at their own 44-yard line. Henry takes the snap, looks to pass. This one, a bad throw from Henry as he may have been contacted after the ball exited his hand, but this one goes way short, intended for Jack Smith. It'll be 4th down and 4. 13:39 remains in the third quarter, and we're going to leave the offense out there for the Jacks. Ball is placed at the 44-yard line in the Jackrabbit end. Need a conversion here, otherwise the Redbirds will have great field position. Henry with a check down, and diving forward for the first down is James Basinger, who is about to be tackled behind the first down marker and takes a dive for it, and he's able to convert after the check down. 13-22 and counting as hurry-up offense continues. 1st and 10. The pass off the fingertips of Grayton Gannon, and it goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Jackrabbits are at the 50-yard line. That one a good pass by Jack Henry. Just Gannon couldn't reach out far enough for it. Got a fingertip on it, but couldn't reel that one in. Henry has trips receivers on the near side. That includes a tight end. Claps twice. Inside the pocket, looking to pass. Here comes trouble. Has to roll out. Henry headed towards the sideline. Couldn't get rid of the football, and it's a big sack. As Henry going to be tackled for a loss there. Fans thought the hit came late. But it'll be 3rd and very long now after the sack. The Jackrabbits will have the football at their own 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 16. So Henry's going to have to air it out. Watch out for the blitz here from the Redbirds. 2 receivers either side. Redbirds send 4. Look out, blocks broken, and there's another sack as the tackle could not hold his block on the outside, and Henry gets brought down on 3rd and 16. And now the punt team's going to have to come out. It would be 4th and very long as the football is at the Jackrabbit 34-yard line. It would be 4th and 26 if the Jackrabbits would go for it. So punt team out there. And it is still Eli Statter. We have not seen Max Pelham come back into the game after he was hit hard. It's a average punt. It's caught for a return at the 21, and he's brought down quickly by the Jackrabbit punt team. And it'll be football at the 27-yard line for the Redbirds when we come out of the media timeout. We'll be back after this.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your next bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSTJ 90.7.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSTJ 90.7.
First and 10 for the Redbirds at their own 27 after the Jackrabbit punt, and plowing forward for a big gain is Victor Dawson on the rush. Dawson's going to pick up a gain of 8 on the rush, and it'll be 2nd and 2. And the ball at the Redbird 35-yard line. Rittenhouse claps once, takes the snap. It's going to be handoff again. Right back the way of Victor Dawson. And Dawson gets stopped for a short gain. Stopped short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the Redbird 36-yard line. Dawson is doing great this game. He has 10 attempts for 70 yards and averaging 7 yards a carry. Rittenhouse claps once, sends Dawson to his right shoulder. And it's going to be handoff Dawson again. Dawson piles forward for a huge gain, gets the first down and much more. The ball will be placed at the Redbird 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Redbirds. It's a pass play. Rittenhouse inside the pocket has plenty of time. Now the pocket collapses, and he's brought down for a sack. The first sack of the game for the Jackrabbit defense. That one is Jace Seafor, junior out of Howard, South Dakota, with the sack there. It'll make it 2nd and 15 for the Redbirds after the 5-yard loss on the sack. Rittenhouse, 2 receivers either side. Still Dawson at back. And it'll be a handoff to Victor Dawson as he plows forward for a 6-yard gain. It'll make it 3rd and 9. But Dawson still doing super well against the Jackrabbit defense. Now 12 attempts for 81 yards, averaging 6.8 yards a carry. 9 yards to go. It's 3rd and 9. Redbirds at their own 46-yard line. Rittenhouse claps once, takes the snap, inside the pocket to pass. Looking to the sideline. This one defended.
The pass is incomplete.
Incomplete on the defense, Isaiah Johnson.
That was Miles Taylor on coverage to the Jackrabbits. It's 4th down for Illinois State.
4th down for Illinois State after Isaiah Johnson able to make the stop. There'll be 9-10 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Punt team comes out for Illinois State. Punter is Hayden Futch. And the punt is away cleanly. This one is a short punt, and the return man couldn't get there. And a flag down back near Futch as the ball will be at the 3-yard line pending this penalty. And the Jacks may have run into the punter here.
51-yard punt for the Redbirds.
Pending the penalty, the ball is spotted at the 3-yard line. And, ooh, it looks like special teams man for the Jackrabbits. Number 38, Max Stennard, runs into the plant leg of the punter, Hayden Futch. And looks... Running into the kicker. They declined that penalty. Running into the kicker is a less substantial penalty as roughing the kicker, so they give him running into the kicker instead of roughing the kicker. If it would have been a roughing the kicker penalty, Illinois State would have had a first down. Running into the kicker, not going to be a first down for Illinois State, so they just decline it. And South Dakota State will have the football at their own 3-yard line. So we'll see what the Jackrabbit offense has to do here, backed up in their own end. Jack Henry under center. It'll be a handoff and pushing forward. Able to pick up a gain of 2. Josiah Johnson on the rush. They'll bring up 2nd and 7. The Jacks are at the 7-yard line in their own end. Still in trouble. Have to make something happen here. Henry will still be under center. 2 tight ends out there for the Jacks. Johnson in the backfield. It's a handoff, Josiah Johnson again. He plows forward through to a couple defenders. He's going to pick up 3 yards again. So the Jacks will be at the 11-yard line. And we'll have 2 yards to go. 3rd and 2 at the 11-yard line. More room to breathe now. The extra lineman for the Jacks exit. Some receivers come in. 2 receivers on the near side. Now trips receivers near side. Henry in shotgun. Claps once, takes a snap, looking to pass. Henry in trouble. It's quarterback keeper, and he gets stopped for a loss. Looked like a designed run by Henry, and he's going to lose yards. Punt team. Going to come in, and it'll be Eli Statter, the place kicker, in still at punter after Max Pelham exited the game. And Statter's going to be punting this one away from his own end zone. Whistle. Still just a stoppage here after the whistle. And Illinois State makes a sub. They sub out their defense for their punt return squad. Still a stoppage. Resetting the game clock to 7:15. Too much time on the clock, so they bring it down. So punt team out there, Statter to kick it from his own end zone, as it would have been 4th and 5 for the Jackrabbits. And a whistle stopped play as Statter looked like he was going to go for the fake punt there. And false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. And the Jackrabbits back up. It'll be 4th and 9 now. The Jacks will be on the 5-yard line. And now Statter is very far backed up in the end zone. This one could go badly. 7 minutes remain. Statter to punt it, and it's a short punt. This one bounces at the Jackrabbit 40. Return caught at the 45 and brought forward for a 5-yard return. It'll be at the 41. So, Redbirds will have it at the Jackrabbit 41 after the short punt. We have another media timeout. We'll take it with them. Be back after this.
SDSU Theater and Dance continues its season of concealment with the chilling musical Thrill Me, the Leopold and Loeb story.
This dark and intimate musical is based on the infamous 1924 murder case following two wealthy young men whose twisted relationship leads them down a path of crime, manipulation, and betrayal.
With a haunting score and gripping storytelling, Thrill Me explores obsession, power, and the consequences of desire taken to dangerous extremes.
This production is recommended for adult audiences.
Performances will be in the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center November 20th through the 22nd at 7 p.m. and November 23rd at 2 p.m.
Tickets can be purchased online at sdsutheater.org, at the North Box Office at the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, or by calling 605-688-6045.
Don't miss this thrilling true crime musical experience. Get your tickets for Thrill Me today.
Welcome back into Dan and J. Dykhouse Stadium. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. The Redbirds have the football after a short punt by Eli Stater out of his own end zone. The ball will be at the 41. It'll be a quarterback keeper for Tommy Rittenhouse, and he'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 0. Isaiah Johnson with the stop. Be 2nd and 10. 6:35 remains in the third quarter. Jackrabbits down by 3 scores. Rittenhouse claps twice, takes the snap, looking to pass, and caught center field by the tight end, Javon Charles. Brought down after a 5-yard gain. They'll make it 3rd and 5. Joel Ullman stopped him. Injured Redbird down. So we have an injury timeout. 6 minutes remaining. And the replay comes in and could certainly be a late hit penalty and targeting on Gatan Fife as he came in late, the Sam linebacker for SDSU, and hit Javon Charles high, and now he's the injured man down. He's able to get up. Ullman was bringing him down, and then Fife comes in at the end of that play and hits him high. And now Charles able to walk off under his own power. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Redbirds. They're at the Jackrabbit 37. So just waiting to come back after the injury timeout. This game just not going the way the Jackrabbits wanted. There's big playoff implications here today. Both these teams 7-3. And the Redbirds scoring 28 points within the first 9 minutes of this game. Now big 3rd down for the Jackrabbit defense, which hasn't been able to stop the Redbirds much today. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Redbirds. Rittenhouse claps once, now twice, takes the snap, inside the pocket, looking to pass. That one nearly intercepted, but just knocked away. Isaiah Johnson came in on the coverage. It'll be 4th down. Good coverage there by Isaiah Johnson, and here comes the punt squad for the Redbirds. Hayden Futch is the punter for the Redbirds. And just waiting for subs to be made, and here we go. Punt is up and away. This one, fair caught? No, fair catch signal, but this one bounces at the 1 and heads out of bounds for the touchback. Jackrabbits will have the football at the 20-yard line with 5:38 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So the Jackrabbit defense makes a big stop. Isaiah Johnson on the defense as the Redbirds had good field position to start off that drive and couldn't grab anything. Still no scores here in the second half from either team. And Jack Henry for the offense. Jack Henry going to break away with it, and now QB draw up the middle, and a nice gain there on the quarterback keeper. And Henry picks up 8, so it'll be 2nd and 2. Henry moves, and it's going to be a false start. False start on the offense, and just another procedural misstep. It'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Jacks. It'll make it 2nd and 7. Almost erasing the Jack Henry run. It's a false start there. I think there's some confusion with the cadence there as a lot of players jumped on the false start there. Henry has tripped receivers far side. He looks that way. Pass is caught at the sideline by Alex Bullock. Will it be enough for the 1st down? We'll see where they spot this one. It'll be 3rd and very short. 3rd and inches for the Jackrabbit offense. Jack Henry takes the snap. Handoff is for Longridge, and he is tackled for a loss. They'll bring up 4th down and 1. 4th and 1. Henry under center. Quarterback keeper diving forward. Did he get to the line to gain? And the officials just need to make a spot. Looked like he got over the pile. We'll see where they put him. They'll say 1st down. Good quarterback keeper there by Jack Henry. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jacks. They're at their own 30-yard line. Jack Henry, a quarterback still. Here inside the pocket. Henry looking downfield. There's nothing there. Henry rolling out to his right. Passing deep downfield. Caught at the sideline. And that's ruled incomplete. Unbelievable. Sammy Dressy looked like he reeled that one in near the sideline. And they're going to say he bobbled it. Didn't complete the catch there on that far sideline. They'll bring up 2nd and 10. Henry looks to pass again. Blitz coming. Watch the edge. Blitz and pass complete to Alex Bullock as he's going to pick up the first down for the Jacks. Nice completion for Alex Bullock. The Jackrabbits still running a hurry-up offense here. 1st and 10, ball at the 40 in the Jackrabbit end. Henry. Play action. Now rolling out to his right. Henry in trouble, being chased. Now turning it upfield, looking for room, and dives out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. So a good pickup there by Henry will make it 2nd and 2. He's going to pick up 8 yards there. The ball spotted at the 48-yard line of the Jackrabbit end. Good run by Jack Henry there. This time looking to pass. In trouble, and he gets tripped up by his own lineman. And Henry brought down for the sack. And credit the Jackrabbit O-line, I guess. Tripped up Henry and brought him down for a loss. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Jacks. They're at the 43-yard line in their own end. Henry takes the snap. Looking downfield again. Here to Grayton Gannon. Pass caught. And for the first down as Gannon gets the yards after the catch. Able to move the chains again. This is the most complete drive the Jackrabbits have been able to put together today. Jack Henry. And just some subs getting in from the defense. Henry going to hand it off, and that will be to James Basinger, and Basinger only able to pick up 1 on that one. Other than Jack Henry, the Jackrabbit rushing game is not there. Pass play from Henry. Another catch by the tight end, Grayton Gannon, for a nice gain. He does not get to the first down marker. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Minute 10 remains in the 3rd quarter. Henry takes a snap. Handoff Basinger. Basinger moves forward. He'll get the first down and more. Basinger able to get over a defender and dive forward to about the 20. He'll get to the 17. It'll be a first down on the Basinger rush. The Jackrabbits down in the red zone. They're in the Redbird 17-yard line. 43 seconds remain. That's the best run of the day for the Jackrabbit running core. 23-yard rush there by James Basinger. Henry takes the snap. Looks for the check down. Getting it to Johnson, who gets tripped up. Flag on the play. Johnson just tripped on the turf there and dove forward. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost one. We'll see. Flag pending. We'll see what the call is here. They were looking at a legal block in the back. They'll say there is no foul for an illegal block in the back, so penalty flag is picked up. 29 seconds remain in the third quarter. The Jackrabbits in the red zone. They'll say Josiah Johnson lost one, so it'll be 2nd and 11. Henry in the pocket, looks downfield to pass, shoots, and caught inside the 10 by Graham Goring. It'll be a first down on the nice pass into double coverage. It'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. That'll be the end of the third quarter. The Jackrabbits will have it on the 6-yard line with first down and goal when we come back for the fourth quarter of this one. Stick around.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
So we're back for the fourth quarter here in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. The Jackrabbits on the 6-yard line in the red zone. It's going to be a handoff here for Josiah Johnson, and he pushes forward. He'll gain a couple. Handoff from Jack Henry. It's first and goal now, 2nd and 2 to go. Henry going to hand it off again. Johnson off to the right and in for the touchdown. Josiah Johnson gets in for 6. We'll make it 35-19. The Jackrabbits missed a 2-point conversion earlier today. The offense going to stay out there, and they'll look to make a 2-point conversion here. 14-37, those two plays brought the clock down to in the fourth quarter. 2-point conversion attempt is motion at the line. Henry back into shotgun formation. Sends a man in motion. Henry, bootleg, off to the right, and passes forward. Caught in the end zone for the two-point conversion. That's what the Jackrabbit bench is saying, and there's the signal by the ref. That one caught in the end zone for the two-point conversion. Nice two-point conversion there. And the Jackrabbits make it a two-score game with 14:37 remaining. And I think they might take a look at this one. Grayton Gannon was the man in the end zone. Henry throws across his body to Grayton Gannon in the end zone for the two-point conversion. Gannon was triple covered there, being tackled while he catches that one. And they say two-point conversion good as Gannon holds on to it. We'll be in a media timeout here to start this one off. But 35-21 as the Jacks try to crawl back into this one. And we're down by 2 touchdowns if the Jackrabbit defense can hold up against Illinois State. The Jacks let up 28 points within the first 9 minutes of this game and then outscored Illinois State in the second quarter 7-13. No scores in the third quarter, and then scored this touchdown in the two-point conversion in the fourth. So besides the first quarter, Illinois State been pretty quiet through this game. We'll see if the Jackrabbits clean things up on special teams, if they can make a play here. We'll still at a media timeout. We'll take it with them. Be back shortly here in Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Eli Statter to kick it off after the touchdown by Josiah Johnson. Will bounce in the end zone for the touchback. It's 35-21. The Jackrabbits down by 2 touchdowns with 14:37 remaining in the fourth. The Jackrabbit defense need to make a big stop here as Illinois State will have the touchback. They'll be at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Jackrabbit defense needs to make a quick stop. Jackrabbit offense needs to score a touchdown. We'll see. Some life back in the stadium here. Fans get loud here on the 1st and 10. Handoff is stopped after a short gain. Good stop there as that one was to Victor Dawson. And Dawson only able to pick up 1. So it'll be 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9. The clock running. 14:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. Back inside the pocket to pass. Rittenhouse looking downfield. That one goes too high for his receiver. Incomplete. That pass intended for Subkowicz. It'll be 3rd and 9 as the Redbirds backed up in their own 26. Jackrabbit defense needs to make a stop here on 3rd down for the quick 3 and out. In shotgun, Rittenhouse takes the snap inside the pocket to pass. Now has to run for it. Now outside the pocket, looking downfield, passes forward for Subkowicz, incomplete, brings up 4th down. Huge defense up front from the defensive line to force the pressure and throw away. and that's inaccurate for some Cowards. It'll be 4th and 9, and the punt team comes out for the Redbirds. I cannot believe it, but the Jackrabbits are still in this game in the 4th quarter, under 14 minutes remaining. Punt coming from Hayden Futch. This one is a boot. Rolls end over end, bounces at the 42 and keeps rolling backwards. The Jacks aren't going to touch it. It'll be down at the 28-yard line. That's where the Jackrabbits will pick it up, 1st and 10. 13:47 remains in the game. The Jacks down by 14. Need 2 touchdowns. The defense does its job, 3 and out quick, and the offense takes over. Need to get quick score here to stay alive. Let's Go Rabbits chants take over in Danny J. Dykhouse Stadium. Jack Henry, empty backfield, sends a man in motion. It's Basinger who will be at his left. Henry takes the snap, looks downfield, pass, caught, wide open. It's Alex Bullock, and he's brought down at the 42. First down as a nice pass there from Henry to Bullock. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jackrabbits. They'll spot the ball at the 41. He's taking the snap again. Hurry up, looking to pass again. Wide open, it's caught. It's Jack Smith this time. Smith breaks a tackle, still up. He moves forward for another first down. He's brought down at the Redbird 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. The Jacks now in Redbird territory. Trips receivers near side, one on the far side for Jack Henry. Has Basinger on his left, looking to pass again. Henry in trouble, has to roll out to the right. Henry gonna run for it. Gets out of bounds after a good gain. That'll stop the clock with 12:55 remaining in the 4th. Injured Jackrabbit down. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Jacks. They'll be at the 44-yard line in Redbird territory. And injured Jackrabbit down is going to be number 62 for the Jacks. That looks to be Kenyon Big Bow, the right tackle, sophomore out of Oklahoma. Currently down right around the 45-yard line. Got backed up and rolled up. And down, getting attention now by the Jackrabbit athletic training staff. Head coach Dan Jackson out there as well. Worried about one of his offensive linemen. And now, trying to get Kenyon Big Bow up. He's sitting up now. This is a big loss for the Jackrabbits, trying to make a comeback in this game. Losing the right tackle, and now Kyan Rock going to have to step up. The redshirt freshman out of Northfield, Minnesota, have to come in and make a good play at right tackle. But Big Bow able to walk off under his own power. He does have a limp, but he's able to get off. And we're back after the injury timeout. Big Bow still making his way to the sideline. The Jackrabbits trying to make a play here late in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 5. The Jacks at the Redbird 43. A turnover would kill the momentum here. 2 receivers either side. Jackrabbits need to score. Claps once, takes a snap. Henry inside the pocket to pass. Looking deep downfield. Henry for Bullock in the end zone, and Bullock was defended well. Flag on the play, could get a PI here as Bullock's arm was restricted. It'll be an offsides on the defense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that means it'll be a first down for the Jackrabbits. Jacks get bailed out there with the call. 12:36 remains in the fourth quarter. The Jackrabbits still marching after the penalty. It'll be 1st and 10. The Jacks at the Redbird 38-yard line. Jack Henry, 2 receivers either side. Steps back in the pocket. Here comes the blitz. It's a quick pass out to Bullock, and Bullock gets wrapped up and brought down hard. It'll be a short pickup for Bullock. They'll say no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. The clock still runs. 12:18 remaining. No gain. It's 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line. Henry inside the pocket. Looking downfield. That one nearly picked off, but it's taken away by the offense, and it's caught by Jack Smith. That one was a dangerous pass, but Jack Smith reels it in for a nice gain. It'll be 3rd down and 2 to go. And it'll be a handoff for Basinger, and he almost gets tackled for a loss. He's able to get away and then still gets brought down for a loss of 1. It'll be 4th, and it'll give him a loss of 2. It'll be 4th and 4 for the Jacks. The ball is on the Redbird 34-yard line. Pass caught for the first down. Alex Bullock at the 20-yard line. And the drive stays alive for Jack Henry and the Alex Bullock catch at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. The Jacks will be set up at the 20, now entering the red zone. Henry inside the pocket, has time, tries to run for it. Now he gets tied up. There's no space in the gap, and Henry going to be sacked for a loss. Henry loses 3. It'll be 2nd and 13. Injured defender down for the Redbirds. 10:50 remains in the fourth quarter. The Jackrabbits need to score quickly, and the defense would have to make another stop. We've got another timeout here for an injured player. Defensive player for the Redbirds down. Came in the backfield. He's down at around the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and long now. 2nd and 13 for the Jacks. The ball is at the 24-yard line as the Jacks get pushed out of the red zone. And they're going to take a timeout here for the media. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back after this.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
Back into Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium, the Jackrabbits trying to salvage this game, down 35-21. Were in the red zone, got sacked on the last play. It's now going to be 2nd and 13. Injured player for the Redbirds gets off. Injured coming out of the injury timeout now. And the Jackrabbits need a touchdown to stay into this one. 2nd and long. Ball at the 24 in Redbird territory. Jack Henry commanding this drive at quarterback for South Dakota State, as SDSU has now passed the Redbirds in total yardage at 302 to 251. Henry takes the snap inside the pocket, looks to pass towards the end zone for Bullock. Diving is Bullock, and he couldn't hang on to it. Had an opportunity to score there, and Bullock could not hold on to that football. It'll be 3rd and 13. Good ball by Jack Henry. Just Bullock beats his man as well and just couldn't get out ahead of that football. Had an opportunity to catch it. Just couldn't hold on as he hit the turf. Just falls out. It'll be 3rd and long. Jackrabbits need yardage here to get back to that first down marker. Ball's at the 24. Whistle and a flag. False start is on the offense. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Not what you want to see there. And now it'll be 3rd and 18. The ball is at the 29-yard line. The Jackrabbits need to get back to this first down marker here on 3rd down. Got to use a chunk play. Jack Henry. Claps once, takes the snap. Looking to pass inside the pocket. There's nothing there. Henry out the middle to run for it. He picks up good yardage but gets brought down by a QB spy in the center. He'll bring up 4th down. So it'll still be 4th and long. He picked up 6, so it's 4th and 12. The ball is at the Redbird 22. $12 yards to go for Jack Henry and the Jackrabbits. Takes the snap inside the pocket to pass. Looking end zone. Goring, and this ball goes too far out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on downs. That ball goes too far out of the end zone, and turnover on downs for the Jackrabbits with 9:55. That burned off a lot of time, that drive for the Jacks, and looking bleak now. The defense needs to make another quick stop. The defense cannot let up a score, and any first downs would be bad. It'll be a run play. And it's tackle for a loss, a big stop there. Huge stop by the Jackrabbit defense on 1st down. That one blown up by number 25 for the Jacks. Kobe Brents, senior out of Omaha, Nebraska, blows that play up for a tackle for loss. 2nd and 11 for the Redbirds. Rittenhouse looks to pass inside the pocket. Has a man wide open for the first down. First and 10. The ball now at the 35. The Jacks let up a first down. Need to make a stop here. Tommy Rittenhouse, still at quarterback for the Redbirds, is 16 for 30 on passing for 116 yards. Rittenhouse has Victor Dawson. He's going to hand it off to Dawson. This one stopped for a loss again. This time it's Bryce Johnson with the tackle. Johnson blows up the play. It'll be 2nd and 11 again as the ball brought back to the 34-yard line. Redbirds need to get the first down to stay alive, and the Jackrabbits looking to have another opportunity on offense. But the offense put the defense in a tough position. Pass by Rittenhouse is incomplete. This one behind Subkowitz, it just goes through his hands. And the clock's going to stop with 8:06 after the incompletion. It'll be 3rd and 11. The Redbirds have to punt this if we get a stop on 3rd down. Rittenhouse has Victor Dawson as left. Trips receivers far side. One receiver near side. It's going to be a handoff to Dawson, and he's stopped. He'll pick up 2, but it'll be 4th and 9. The clock will run. It'll be 4th and 8 for Illinois State, and here comes the punt unit. The Jackrabbit offense is going to have another opportunity. Both teams have all of their timeouts. Back to return for South Dakota State is Miles Taylor. Redbirds letting all the time tick off the clock as possible. This one going to be caught by Miles Taylor at the 20. He's running backwards, now forwards, turning it upfield, and brought down at the 31. Good return by Miles Taylor. The clock will stop with 7:11 in the 4th quarter. It'll be 1st and 10. The Jackrabbits with the football at the 32-yard line. Jackrabbits have to put together a good drive here. The defense needs to make another stop, and the Jackrabbits down by 2 touchdowns here. Needed that score on that last drive, but now Jack Henry going to have to put something together here. Inside the pocket, looks to pass, finds Gannon, and Gannon with a nice gain, caught it in midfield. Not enough for the first down, but it'll be 2nd and 3. Henry looks to pass again. This time to Alex Bullock, who's going to get the first down and get out of bounds. It'll stop the clock with 6:45 remaining. It's a 1st down, 1st and 10. Alex Bullock with the catch. The Jacks will have it at the 44-yard line. Jack Henry has put together a great game late in this one. He's 27 for 42, 230 yards and a touchdown. 2 interceptions, both came in the first half. Henry looks downfield again. Now he's going to run for it. Henry on the near side. He still could pass it away. He will towards the sideline for Alex Bullock. That's broken up, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. 6:21 remains. The Jackrabbits need to start moving the football. Jacks backed up at their own 44. And they got to move this ball downfield quickly, get a score to help their defense out. Here is Henry. He takes the snap, looks downfield, and Henry wrapped up, gets rid of the football. Fans. They say ruling on the field is a sack, as Henry didn't get the football away before he was brought down. We'll see on the replay here. And his knee is down before letting go of that football. It'll be 3rd and long now for the Jacks. This is not a great situation to be in either. As the clock now runs, the football is on the 36-yard line. Deep pass for Henry. Wide open is Graham Goring downfield for the first down. Graham Goring catches that one at center field, now into Redbird territory. The ball at the 40. Quick hurry-up offense here for the Jackrabbits as Jack Henry at the helm. Huge 3rd and long conversion and a whistle before the snap. And now the previous play is under review. We'll take a look. We'll show it on the replay here. 5:30 remains in the 4th. We'll say if they rule this Graham Goring catch complete. Goring brings it in before it touches the turf. Does he complete the process? It looks to me that he does on the replay. Ooh, this one might have come out. and hit the turf from that angle. It looks like Goring did not complete that catch. Use the ground. We might be backing this one up for a 4th and long. Jacks would not able to get that snap off in time. The replay still taking place here. Graham Goring's able to get his leg underneath the football. Maybe that could have brought it in. And they're going to bring this one back. It'll be 4th and long. Fourth and long for the Jacks. The chains don't know where to go. That is not where the chains were. They still have to reset the chains. And the Jackrabbit offense is going to have to go for this one. And the chains just keep moving. I don't know where they're putting these chains. And they keep moving them back and forth. They don't know where the chains are supposed to go for the first down marker. And they finally get him set. It'll be 4th and around 16 for the Jacks, with 5:30 remaining. And Jack Henry's going to have to take another shot downfield. Henry claps once. Pocket collapsing. Henry steps into it and throws it downfield. Bullock was there, but he could not catch it, and multiple defenders in the area, they want the PI call, but not going to get it. It'll be a turnover on downs. And now with 5:21 remaining in this one, not looking good for the Jackrabbits. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Illinois State will have the football, 1st and 10 at the Jackrabbit 37. First and 10 for the Redbirds. Claps once. Handoff to Victor Dawson, and Dawson plows forward for a big gain. Be 2nd and 2. And the clock will run. Jackrabbit defense needs a stop here. The field goal unit would effectively kill the Jackrabbits if this is made, so every yard is essential for the Redbirds. And it'll be a quarterback keeper off to the far side, and it'll be a 1st down for Rittenhouse. We have 1st and 10 now at the Jackrabbit 25. And a timeout going to be used by South Dakota State with 4:30 remaining. .433 remains in this one. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Redbirds at the Jackrabbit 25 after the turnover on downs. And the Jackrabbit defense really needs to stop here. Any points on the board would end the game here for the Redbirds. So for the Jackrabbits, you're looking for the takeaway opportunities. You're looking for the fumbles. You're looking for the interceptions. It's the only thing that the defense can do at this point. The offense had 2 chances to score. They couldn't do it. And Rittenhouse at quarterback now for the Redbirds. Handoff again to Dawson. And Dawson plows forward for another big gain. He'll pick up 4. We'll make it 2nd and 6. And the Redbirds will be at the 21-yard line. The Jacks going to use their second timeout with 4:30 remaining. Interesting use of the timeouts here with 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. By Dan Jackson, down by 2 touchdowns. But probably looking for the onside kick here if we make the stop and score, that is. Illinois State, it's Rittenhouse at quarterback. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers either side. And it'll be a handoff, a quarterback keeper, and a tackle for loss as Rittenhouse will be sacked as he tried to roll out to the right. They'll bring up 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and 13 now for Rittenhouse and the Redbirds. That play took 6 seconds and timeout used by the Jackrabbits. That's the last timeout of the game for the Jacks. Ball will be placed at the Jackrabbit 28-yard line. Jacks need to make a stop here on 3rd and 13. Redbirds. Rittenhouse claps once in shotgun. Claps twice. Handoff is to Dawson, and Dawson getting brought down for a loss again, and he's going to be backed up. And the clock will run. They'll be backed up. It'll be 4th and very long. 4th and 17 for the Redbirds. We'll see if they bring the field goal unit out. The ball is placed at the Jackrabbit 34-yard line. It'll be a 44-yard field goal attempt after the good stops by the defense and the tackles for loss. Illinois State will use their first time out of the half with 3:35 remaining in the game. If the Redbirds go for the field goal, the Jacks would have to hope for the miss, then go score a touchdown, then get an onside kick and score another touchdown, all in 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
It's 4th down for the Redbirds.
4th and 17, and the place kicker out there to kick this one. It'll be Matt Maldano. A 44-yard attempt. In reality, a 51 where the holder is. A 51-yard kick. This one blocked by the defense, and now a run for it as this one fumbled forward by the defense, and a great field position going to be coming here for the Jackrabbit offense. What you're looking for there is the defense to scoop that one and go back and score it, but you can take what you're going to get, and the Jackrabbits will have great field position after the fumble out of bounds, and that one going to be spotted at the 34-yard line in Redbird territory, 1st and 10 with 3:28 remaining in the 4th quarter. Jack Henry at quarterback. Need to go 34 yards quickly and get the onside kick. Here's Henry inside the pocket, looking center field, and a catch made by the big Grayton Gannon. He was hit hard after that catch. Clock is running. That one caught in the middle of the field. It's 2nd and 4. Here is Henry inside the pocket again. Looks center field again. It'll be Gannon for another catch. It'll be 1st and 10. Clock still running. Just down to 3 minutes now. Henry at quarterback, looking downfield, passing center of the field again. That one nearly picked off by the defense, falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Henry keeps going to Grayton Gannon in the middle of the field. That time almost cost him. Henry, after the incompletion, has time. Looking to pass out to the right. Caught near the sideline. Get out of bounds. Fighting towards the sideline, and Alex Bullock cannot get out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down. Third down and 5. Clock running as Bullock couldn't get out of bounds. 2:30 remains in the 4th. Looking downfield. Caught in the middle of the field by Gannon, and he fumbled it. He got back down on it and recovered by Gannon. It'll be 4th and short. 4th and 1 for the Jacks. As the clock still runs, they're just standing there. They don't know what to do. They're not getting a play call from Dan Jackson, and the Jackrabbit offense is pointing at the game clock, and they let it run down all the way to the 2-minute. Atrocious play calling by Dan Jackson, and that is completely his fault. The offense is ready. They're looking at him for a play. They're pointing at the game clock, and Dan Jackson is up in arms. He doesn't know what to do. What a failure at head coach on that possession right there. And that ran it down. That was about a 3-second time there in that window when that one just ran down to the 2-minute. Had plenty of time to call a play. Now it's going to be 4th and short. We're in the 2-minute timeout and immediate timeout, so we'll take it with them. We'll be back for the last 2 minutes here on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Mid-Airy. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSTJ 90.7.
Welcome back in. The last 2 minutes after the 2-minute warning, Dan Jackson lets the clock run down. The offense is waiting for a play. They're looking at him, and he just doesn't get anything off. And the clock runs all the way down to the 2-minute. And we're going to get a timeout here now by the Redbirds. It's 4th and 1. If the Jackrabbits can't convert here, it's over. If the Jackrabbits do convert, they need a touchdown, onside kick recovery, and another touchdown to bring us into overtime potentially. It's 35-21. Jacks down by 14. And a 30-second timeout here by the Redbirds. Jack Henry's really turned this day around for the Jackrabbits. Henry is 32 for 51, 254 pass yards, and a touchdown. had 2 interceptions. Those were both in the first half. Henry in shotgun. 2 tight ends out there for the Jacks. Long range in the backfield. Henry with a reverse. And now a tackle for loss. That one went to Bullock on a reverse. And he got brought down for a loss of about 5. It'll be a turnover on downs. And that'll be it. That'll be the game on the reverse. And that play was going nowhere. Henry with the quarterback keeper off to the left. I'm sure he had an option to Alex Bullock on the reverse, and Bullock just gets blown up on the opposite side. There's no blockers in front of him. Just a rough play call there on your last opportunity in the game. 1st and 10 for the Redbirds. Jackrabbits with no timeouts, and it'll be a victory formation for the Redbirds as they'll kneel this one out. As the clock will run, and Illinois State gonna defeat the Jackrabbits here 35-21 in victory formation. We'll start the post game now. Jackrabbits had 321 total yards on offense compared to the Illinois State 243. So the Jackrabbits actually outpaced Illinois State near the end. Started the game in the first quarter with a -7 offensive yards, and now the Jackrabbits with 321. Really turned it around in the second half, but it wasn't enough. When you let up 28 points in the first 9 minutes of a game, you just can't come back from that. And the Jackrabbits let up 2 touchdowns on special teams. Technically, they had 2 turnovers on special teams. They had a kick return fumble at the 30-yard line where the Redbirds get it and they score a touchdown on that drive. You have a fumble on a punt, and the punter loses it, gets hurt on the play, and then they get it at the 20-yard line and score on that drive. Then you have a punt return from the Jackrabbits fumbled and thankfully gets out of bounds at the 4-yard line. The Jackrabbits can't do anything with that drive. And you have a pick 6 to start off the first drive of the game from Jack Henry, and there's no coming back from that when the team scores 28 points within the first 9 minutes of the game, and the Jackrabbits, even though they played a better final 3 quarters, could not come back. Take a look at Illinois State. Rittenhouse was 16 for 31 to end it off, 129 yards and 3 touchdowns. Each of those 3 touchdowns goes to Subkowicz. He had 4 receptions for 43 yards and 3 touchdowns. Leading in rushing for Illinois is Dawson. He had 20 attempts for 98 yards. Along with 16 yards, he's averaging 4.9 yards a carry on 20 attempts. Pretty substantial there in the run game. Jack Henry, again, 32 for 51, 254 yards passing, and 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for the Jackrabbits. Henry was the leading rusher for the Jacks, had 17 attempts for 42 yards and a touchdown, averaged 2.5 yards a carry. James Basinger and Josiah Johnson and Julius Longridge very silent today. Basinger the most efficient, 6 attempts for 27 yards, averaged 4.5 yards a carry. Josiah Johnson had a touchdown. He had 8 attempts for 25 yards and an average of 3.1 yards a carry, and then that touchdown. Alex Bullock with 9 receptions today, 68 yards, and averaged 17 yards after the catch. Had 17 yards after the catch. Grayton Gannon, the tight end, 9 receptions for 63 yards. Jack Smith, 6 receptions for 40 yards. Graham Goring, 3 receptions for 42 yards. Kuntz, the tight end, for 2 receptions and 33 yards. Basinger with a reception for 5 yards, and Delahoyd with a reception for 4 yards and that touchdown. The Jackrabbits fall short here in the first quarter, 35-21. Illinois State going to beat the Jacks, move up to 8-3 on their season. The Jacks will fall to 7-4 and hope to stay in playoffs with a victory next week against North Dakota, but we will see. The Jackrabbits could easily be eliminated from the playoff picture with a loss here today, and especially with a loss next week against North Dakota. Taking a look at scores from around the Missouri Valley, there's a game still going on. North Dakota State versus Northern Iowa. NDSU is beating the Panthers 41-16 in that one. 3 minutes remain. 5 overtimes in the game where Vermilion defeats Southern Illinois 53-51. Youngstown State defeated Indiana State 48-29, and North Dakota defeats Murray State 35-17. Taking a look forward for football, they're going to be facing North Dakota next Saturday at 1 p.m. in Grand Forks. This is the last home game of the year for the Jackrabbits, and if they can't win that game against North Dakota, it'll be the last home game of the year with playoffs included. So we'll be watching eagerly about that game in Grand Forks next week and hope for the return of Chase Mason at quarterback, although Jack Henry had a great last 2 quarters here for the Jacks. Definitely a player to look out for in the future. Coming up for Jackrabbit women's volleyball and collegiate sports, next Tuesday is the last regular season match of the year for the Jackrabbit women's volleyball team. Still undefeated in the Summit League. The last game of the regular season, November 18th on Tuesday at 7 p.m. We'll have it for you on Collegiate Sports, so tune in for that one, last regular season. And then Summit League tournament coming up here in Brookings, November 23rd through the 25th. We'll have the entire Summit League tournament run of the Jackrabbits here on Collegiate Sports as well. Women's basketball going to be taking on Montana later tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Central. Against Montana in Rapid City, and then on November 20th against Gonzaga in the Sioux Falls Pentagon at 7 p.m. We hope to have that one for you on Collegiate Sports as well. The men fell short in their last game against Oregon for basketball. 83-69 was the score of that one on last Wednesday. The next game will be at home on November 17th, Monday at 7 p.m. against Peru State. That'll be in First Bank and Trust Arena. You can tune into the Summit League Network or the Jackrabbit Sports Network for that one. Final score of this game, 35-21. The Jackrabbits fall short against a must-win game here with huge playoff implications and just could not get it done. So that'll be the final, 35-21, and we hope to see you in playoffs or in our next collegiate broadcast. Be sure to tune in for the Volleyball Summit League Tournament or women's basketball, men's basketball. I'll be there for all that. Hopefully we get a home game for playoffs because we'll have that here for you as well on football. Otherwise, this will be my last football broadcast of my career as I'm a senior, but going to be graduating. So if you don't listen to the other sports, thank you so much for listening to me for these past couple of years on Collegiate Sports. We really appreciate it. I'll be around on volleyball and basketball as well later in the season, so tune in for that. Otherwise, if we get a playoff game at home, I'll be here for that as well. That will be it, 35-21. As always, go big, go blue, go Jacks. I've been Matt Anderson for Collegiate Sports. Have a good one, everybody.